Okay. Hello, welcome. I'm Gordon with Unlock Your Bioenergy. Today is Thursday, August 27th, 2026. It's day number 496 of wearing the incredible X39. 23 days are left to 50, meaning my 50th birthday. And the workout today is going to be a 9-minute HIIT. I'm going to do another session of that and then focus on shoulders, rotators, and traps. And then I will finish off the live stream with talking about testing mental clarity and focus. So, are you ready? Let's begin. So I'm going to set up the heart rate monitor, which I haven't done yet. There you go. And speakers. And then I'm going to set up the tempo. So I was thinking about this earlier today, what to do. Yesterday I did 145 and today I'm going to set, what should I set? What do you want to do? What do you want to do? Let's do 155. A little bit faster today. So, I'm going to set the heart rate monitor and let's begin. I'm going to grab the rope. A 9-minute HIIT. So when you see green, that means match the tempo on the screen. Well, let's begin. Yes, just don't want to hit that. Oh, yes. So, 3, 2, 1, and let's go. Here we go. I forgot to start the tempo. So yesterday was leg day. And the calf muscles today, they feel worked. Largely because I tried a different variation for the first time yesterday. And I think going forward, I'm going to continue doing that. Whereas, that's why, as I added the TKE portion. Oh my goodness. So, a good topic for today, mental focus and clarity. I don't know what's up with tripping today, but I'm going to try to avoid it. All right, let's go. So this time I'm just going to try basic bounce like this. At the pace of 155. Single leg basic bounce. Felt good. The next 30 seconds, I'm going to switch to doing double unders. And I encourage you to try if you've never done them before. So feel the rope. That got my heart rate up. Ready? The next round, I'm going to try double under crisscrosses. Ah. Not bad. It's certainly harder. I have to practice that more often. this last round, I'm going to go as fast as I can. All right. Oh. Fell off on the other side. X49. So, for today's exercises, I'm going to do face pulls, archers, medial deltoids, front delts, rotators, and traps. The first exercise will be on the vibration plate, as always. And I'm going to use 3 steps here to raise the overall height of the vibration plate, and that is to mirror or to set up the anchor height with that of my elbows. Okay. Remote. And I will also change the tempo back down to 60 beats per minute. Okay, and with today's band selection, I will be using red bands today. If red bands is too strong or too heavy for you, use green or even yellow from Body Elastics. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to use red. Just match the type here. So training this way day in and day out, it does give me the opportunity to develop the physique I'm after, and it's one of the reasons why I'm wearing a white tank top, to show it to you a little bit, and also for my own way of reviewing the muscle activation on the big screen. I zoom in and I look at how the rear deltoids are acting. So before I do that, I'm going to set here the look at the heart rate monitor. So today's maximum heart rate I hit was 155, and today's date stamp is at the top here, August 27th, 2026. Starting time at 6:20 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And so overall here, I'm looking at this here. It's kind of gradually sets up, and there was one moment here where the peaks, and then a recovery, and then again here, and again kind of there. So just seeing what the average is. So 129 today, and now I'm going to switch to the strength portion of today's workout. And with this variation, I'm also going to include a green band, and I'm going to try anchoring it here at the bottom, so that way I have a little more, say, lower, down, up, and then rotation. So I'm going to see how it looks on the camera after I watch the replay. So I'm attaching the red bands to my elbows, grabbing the green band here, and I've got good, set the distance well, at the right amount, setting the vibration plate here to there, and I want to sit on a part that's going to create the strongest amount of amplitude. And so here, so now the resistance starts at a lower rotation point. So here at this point, I can feel the rotation from the green, or the tension from the green, while I'm holding the elbows. And this here really activates the rear deltoid, and you could probably see them when they activate. So stretch, thumbs back, thumbs pointing towards the back. That way you make sure you get and with the vibration, it adds that discomfort. What's going on again? Gosh. Gosh. Oh, wow. Wow. It really puts a lot of activation doing this variation. Gosh, holding it isometrically. Oh. Gosh. Oh, wow. It's a solid variation. I really like this one. And I don't like when the metronome stops. I don't know why it's doing what it's doing. That's okay, we'll fix that. Come on. There we go. The next exercise is archers. So here I've worked the trap. I can even feel it in the traps, the lower part of it, because the rear deltoids are attached to them, and they'll pull on the traps and the trapezius. So it's kind of like an explosion of movement, or explosion of activation for the posterior chain part of the upper back. And today I've got just a large annular anchor and alright, so setting that up there. Now with this next exercise, I'm going to move the steps here back to where it was and out of the way. And then position the vibration plate here somewhere in the center between the post and the wall. And I'm going to attach this here, turn around. Oh, before I do that, oh, I guess I can do that. This is going to go around like this. And then here into the elbows. So the idea is to pull the elbows inwards. Yeah, that seems about right. Alright, so, and then you want to hold here. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, and that way it focuses on the rear delts, and also gets the trapezius and the scapula kind of involved a little bit as well. So just holding the position. Raising them up a little bit. So kind of mirroring what you could do this with by holding the straps or holding the bands in your hands, but then you want to turn your elbows like this when you're doing it. So you have your palms facing up, and that way you don't get the bend in the elbow. But for that exercise, I would think I would have to use the green bands to start with, because it would be a bigger stretch on the red currently. Alright, I'm going to switch this guy in a lower position. Wow, okay. It really works the rear deltoid from the stretched position. The next exercise I'm going to do is the medial deltoid. And this is where I'm going to utilize the red bands here again. But then also use one of these small anywhere anchors that I set up yesterday for the calf rope TKEs, or calf raises. The TKE calf raises. I get that. I'm going to call it that from now on. And this exercise here, I'm going to incorporate the anchor, or the... I should have just done it this way before, but that's okay. So I'm building just a an anchor point for the red band. And the reason being is because I want them to, I want to activate the medial deltoid from this point right here. So, and because the medial deltoid will action or activate from that position, and so I'm increasing the intensity for that activation. Meanwhile, I'll have a second green band that I'm going to attach here, and so I'll set this farther back somewhere here. Okay, there's the center point. That's good. And I said green band. Okay, I'll take this guy. And the door stops, or the door anchors. So these are these guys, so you can see what I'm using. It's kind of got the foam end. And I like stepping on these as opposed to just stepping on the bands, because I want to extend the life of the bands. So you can step on the bands, but I don't like doing that, and neither should you. So make use of these things. It's very good for that. So I'm going to attach the ankle straps on here, and then I'm going to step on the green band or the door anchors, and the idea is to just to remove some of the slack in the bands. So that's going to go there, and that's the red one, and kind of balance it out left and right, and then attach them to the elbows. And I like to crisscross them a little bit, so that way it removes some of the slack as well. Now, and then I'm going to crisscross the wrists and grab the bands. Alright. So, pressing the fists down into the ground, and then activating the medial deltoid this way. You can do this here, get the rear deltoid involved if you wish, to do a complex exercise. Gosh. Wow. Hitting failure already. So you could do this with free weights, but you miss out on the activation from the beginning, this point right here. And this is why I like it. Oh, wow. Because a lot of us, we have this strength up here, but we don't have it down in this range. Oh, wow, I have to break. Mm. Trying to move the band through failure. So for all those out there that think this is not good or this is a gimmick, try it for yourself and see how long you can last with a failure. Should make that. Okay, next up is front deltoid. And this is where I'm going to take the inner anchor back and put it on the piece of wood here. Largely because I just want to try it today. I'm feeling just adventurous, I guess, or creative. And this is from yesterday. Which I could actually try as well. I've got a couple ideas here which I might consider doing. And this follows suit with what a fellow by the name of Judd. He talks about working the traps from a different way as opposed to just doing a farmer's carry. And I follow what he shares, and I think it's good. I think he's a smart trainer. He's on the same caliber as Jeff, whom I followed for a long time. Okay, so I said I'm going to do, yeah. I'm going to set this band up for the rotator, which is after this. But the first exercise I'm going to do is, I'm going to take this here. I'm just going to, yeah, I'll do it this way. The heck. And I'm going to use the red bands to mirror what I did for the rear deltoids. So the rear deltoids are, for me, are quite strong. So I'm going to mirror, use the same resistance that I did for the rear deltoids and for the fronts. So that way I maintain some balance and symmetry between resistance for the two muscle groups, or the two different muscle types, should I say. And yeah, this is definitely different. So the anchor point is slightly lower, which is okay. And I'm just going to kind of put this in the center here. There we go, like this. And I'm going to press upwards. Now let's, come on. There we go. Program 1 on this plate, and the idea is to keep the knees locked, so that way the rear deltoids are getting the stimulus from the vibration. So you can see probably see how much my, yeah, it's good. And you can do an explosive. reasons why I thought I would try this, just to come up with some different ideas. And this here reduces the weight a little bit. Oh, wow. So if you want to have some more leg work, you can do it this way. Hold it down, so slightly less resistance. Back up, so it basically creating it's a different feel. Oh, wow. Can certainly feel those front delts. They get fired up very well with this variation. All right, the next exercise. Oh, yes, okay. I'm going to try to utilize this jig here for the traps. Oh, wow. I can feel certainly the rear deltoids. I can feel them. Okay, next up is rotator. That's where I'm going to take about here, I think. And also grab a pool noodle. That's this guy. And that's going to be placed there. I'm using a small ankle strap. And the idea is to activate the rotator from the wrist. And don't have the flexion from the wrist here. So if you hold your band in your wrist, you're missing out on some potential strength gains. So keeping the knees locked, holding the band isometrically here. Forcing the rotator to activate through external rotation. And then you can twist your torso here and complete the external rotation, holding it isometrically here. Rotating back your torso and then rotating away from the wall and getting the very first part of the external rotation. And you can feel it right away when you do this, especially with the pool noodle. And then what I'm going to do is take the pool noodle out from underneath, switch it to my right side, use my fist, and hold the elbow a little bit farther in front, like this, and you're going to feel an immediate change. You can rotate, hold that position, so holding the pool noodle with your right elbow and externally rotating with the left. Now here, twisting, using the same principles as earlier, just now. Oh wow. Certainly have to break. So I'm going to try this again. Keep the knees locked. Twist. Keep that elbow in the same position. Wow, I'm going to switch back to the other way. This way is easier. So I know I have work to do. Ah, fatigue. Gosh, wow. Alright, so without wasting too much time, switching to the other side right away because it's ready to go. The left can relax here. So using the same kind of technique, method from the left side, now applying it to the right side. Switch away, hold. So completing that external rotation. Rotate your torso now perpendicular to the anchor point where your torso is parallel, now perpendicular. So forcing that muscle to activate. Externally rotate. Alright, now taking the pool noodle to the left, holding the elbow like this, so you're a little bit more forward, the anchor point, and you're going to feel the difference. Externally rotate. Huh. Gosh. Oh my goodness. Okay, switching it back now. Pool noodle on the right elbow. Gosh. Gosh. Oh, wow. Gosh. So you could turn this into a combination, a core strength, so twisting with the rotator, holding it like this, and twisting kind of thing. So you could do a variety of different techniques to strengthen your core, but by twisting, I'm actually doing that, so I'm getting the core involvement as well without actually training it, per se, or targeting it, should I say. Alright, next is traps. And today's variation, I'm going to try just something slightly different here. I'm going to use the jig that I have here. And normally I put this under my feet, but today I'm going to try not doing that. I'm going to see what it feels like, largely because okay, I can do it this way. And if I twist them like this, this is actually pretty interesting. I'm going to try it this way. Slightly different angle, largely because of the pull that the bands provide. I'm going to do it this way. So basically I'm pulling across this way and up. So I want to get a stronger stretch on the trapezius, aka the traps. And I'm going to try this just with one orange band today, just to see how it feels. Because I can kind of tell already something's up. Like it's good. So and this kind of mirrors what Judd was doing. You know, holding in front like this. So there's tension on the band. And so that's basically what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn around this way so you can see. Like this. I'm trying this for the first time, so bear with me. At least this variation. Normally I'd do it this way. And if I hold the bands like this, I kind of like this variation, largely because of the stretch it provides. And so I'm going to switch back to dual orange bands. After experimenting a bit, Judd raises a good point with regards to most people, when you're grabbing things, a heavy weight, you're grabbing it in front, like this. So basically, he was on a bench, grabbing it like this, and then up, like this. But with the weights, they're, how would you say, impeding the range of movement, which I don't like, per se. And farmers' carries are what everybody does. If you're going to carry something the farmer way, you grab it and walk with it this way. So here, I can feel the stretch on the trap. Oh yeah. Come on. Alright, so here I'm saving the bands by not stepping on them. So, working the traps this way. Working those farmers. So getting a full range of movement. Holding those traps high, letting that vibration create the tension and the activation. I really like how this feels. How it creates that activation in the traps. Full stretch, holding it now. There's still tension from the bands. And I'm just working the trap from the very bottom all the way through. Alright, there we go. So that is traps, rotators, and shoulders. So, feels good. Shoulders are strong. So, maximum heart rate I hit for the resistance training aspect, 126. So you can see, you know, there are some strong moments of recovery here. Again and again and again and again. So the vibration plate creates, you know, the stimulus necessary for the muscle to do the work. And when you're moving the muscle within its full range of movement, so basically, you know, to lift your arms like this, you know, that's the medial deltoid doing the work, right? So how long can you hold your arms up? Just body weight. I bet I could stay here for a good 5 minutes. You know, I'm just not trying to be, how would you say, gloating or anything like that, but just to prove a point that, we should be able to hold our hands like this naturally. You should have the strength to do that. Now, if you are first starting out, then maybe the vibration plate, maybe your hands like this is the way to go. And then, you develop that top end strength, but then you also focus on the bottom end. So the medial deltoid also starts to, there's a lot of, how would you say, muscle that's focused to perform that action. So, you want to target those fibers, those muscle fibers, within its full range of movement. So that's the reason why I do what I do day in and day out, is to target those muscle groups or those fibers within its full range of movement. And when you do this consistently, you are going to force a change in your body. Not only from a muscular standpoint, but you're gonna feel it everywhere. And that feeling is the starting point. Right? It's one thing to create all the hypertrophy from that of failure. It's one thing to do it that way, but if your body is not running at optimum levels, meaning that fire is not burning hot enough, then it's going to take longer for your body to recover. So, yesterday I did legs. Did I recover from it? Calves did. And I proved it. I did the exercises today. I did a lot of basic bounce and a lot of double unders, which calls for the calves to do the work. Do I have the energy to do it? Do I have the strength? Why is that? Because my body recovers faster. And it has a lot to do with this. So, today's topic, testing mental clarity and focus. Now, the example that I have for you today is this here. So this appeared in my feed on LinkedIn before I started playing this morning. So I'm going to play it here. So you're going to see. Let's zoom in here. Nico Rosberg. He's a Formula One driver, and he asked a question. And so I thought, okay, I'll read that after. So, but prior to that, I thought I'm going to play today's zip. And this is what I did. So you can see I finished the puzzle in 9 seconds. And that was within 5 minutes of waking up. Within 5 minutes. And I think my mental clarity and focus at that point in the morning, to be able to play this puzzle by testing it, says something about one of the benefits that comes with utilizing the X39 is part of your daily regiment. So, when I'm saying experience the benefits, I really mean it. I really do. And with today is okay, I'm just switching screens here. 23 days left until I turn 50 this year. You can tell I'm 50. I've got a white goatee right here. I think I'm aging quite well. And how about you? Do you feel it when you get out of bed in the morning? How much do you feel? Do you remember what it felt like when you were 25, 20 years old? Where you are getting out of bed and it feels Good? Like, you're ready for the day? I feel that today. I felt it this morning. Why is that? It has everything to do with adding the pieces of the puzzle together. I cannot express this enough. You need to have the pieces. You need to have, water. You need to have infrared light, which I get from this. Mineralized salt that has magnesium in it. And Lisa, she asked me, so what do barometric pressure changes. I have clients that have difficulties coping with headaches, migraines. Yeah, of course they would, because if your body can't cope with the pressure change, then guess what happens? You have a headache. So how do you offset that? Well, always drink the cleanest and most absorbable water that you can. When you do that day in and day out, you're giving your body a chance to cope. Especially if you suffer migraines from the barometric pressure or headaches. It's no secret. You just gotta be on top of it. So that means no alcohol, no cannabis, no cigarettes, no caffeine. You don't need caffeine. If people say, oh yeah, you need caffeine to maintain your mental clarity, I'm like, oh goodness. Sleep. You gotta sleep well. Because caffeine robs your body of nutrients. And it's gonna rob your body of magnesium. So if you drink coffee and you get muscle cramps, well, guess what? Time to stop drinking coffee. Because I can guarantee you, you're going to have cramps if you try to do the skipping that I do, or even the training as I do with the vibration plate. You're going to feel it every single day. So how do you avoid the cramps? Avoid the caffeine. Then it gives you the strength and the endurance to do more. So, that's it for today. Tune in tomorrow for Feel It Friday. I'll be flipping the cards. So if you enjoyed today's episode, training with me, show a thumbs up. And always remember to experience the benefits as you see on the screen. You need to pull the trigger. As you see on the screen. And when you visit there, you'll see the logo on the left. Or, if you're not familiar with scanning the QR code, click on the link as you see in the description. And it'll take you to lifewave.com/Gordon Tomazik. That is my real first and last name. And always remember that Amazon and Walmart are not authorized distributors of this, or the X49, or the Y-Age Renew, because distributed in 80 countries. Try it risk-free today. Unlock your bioenergy with the best. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a good night.